Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is an entry onto the Seeds playlist. And we will be taking a look at this guy. This is Chinook Seedery's Dill Pickle. Okay, so one of their standard bags. You got a sealed seam with two notches. They usually are somewhere along that bottom yellow line. This line is actually a lime green, but you get the idea. All right, it is a hanger bag, 4 net weight ounces, all right, which is at least a full ounce less than all other brands that I've thus far covered, all right? And that is one of the drawbacks with this company, in my mind. There's less, and the price is elevated compared to the other brands. So you got a sealed seam up top. There is a zip lock coming in right about here. It is usually not engaged. It does not matter. That is a sealed seam until you tear at those notches. You got a sealed seam down the side and this side, and one at the bottom. Over here, non-GMO, no MSG, and yes, it is gluten-free. I know there's one of you out there, probably thousands of you at this point out there, that are like, my God, what does it have gluten in it? It doesn't. It's gluten free. And then over here you have the net weight 4 ounces, which is 113 grams for people overseas. On the back, you have their little story. You have their website up top, which is ChinookSeedery.com. And then below that, branding, Chinook Seedery, Tex, USA. They are out of Texas. And you have their story, which you can probably read from right there if you want to pause now. And then we're moving on. So you have right here their selling points: non-GMO verified, signature roast, less salt, all the flavor, no sandpaper tongue, gluten-free, no MSG ever. I don't make fun about the MSG part because I've actually known a number of people through my life that had ill effects to MSG. If ever Chinese food was ordered, they'd have to make sure. Mind you, we're not talking life-threatening bad ill effects, but I mean a pretty strong headache or a migraine-ish headache is something that you want to avoid if at all possible, obviously. And then we have the nutritional facts, which I will be attempting. Actually, I get the focus in fine. It's the part where I forget to bring it back. So that's 2.5 servings per container. Keep that in mind. And if you take a look at the sodium, 283 milligrams, which is 12% of your daily. So if you do the whole bag, you're looking at about 30% of your daily, which is a far cry from some of the David products that if you eat the whole bag, it's like 230% of your daily. It's like their percentages of your daily are the milligrams on this product. That's a big difference. So I'm going to rip into this. Now, I am not, or have not been thus far. If anybody's going to get this subdued to my liking, it'll probably be this company. I like Dill. I don't really have anything against Dill. That said, I don't like a lot of Dill. It's one of those things like, you know, less is more. And I forgot, yeah, I'm out of focus. I forgot to bring it back, as I just said I was going to. My bad. I'm sorry. Someday I will remember, and we will all celebrate. People at David, did you see that? Did you see how that works? How the just came right off. Anyway. And of course, in the process, I engaged the Ziploc. So, this bodes well, because the one standing thing through all the reviews, the one flavor profile that all the brands were sort of the same with, like the one thing you could always smell besides sunflower seeds, is the dill. And although I can smell it here, I have to think about it. So that is good. It is not overdone. Well, it doesn't seem to be. These seeds are absolutely huge. All right, so they're big. And the thing about these, it's not just the shells. The kernels are actually a little bit bigger too. So let's get this going, then I'll go back, I'll loop back and get everything on the back of the bag that I forgot. How about that? That'd be awesome. Okay, dill right off the bat. But it's subdued. It's there. And for me, there's enough of it. It's very present, but at the same time, not overblown. It's not exaggerated. And when you get into some of the other product lines from the other companies, they can't seem to help themselves when they get to dill. They're like, let's just make this crazy. Hey, you know, what do you think we should do with the dill product? I don't know. I'd like to make it so it's like the person using our product feels like a pickle exploded in their mouth. That sounds like a plan. Like, they're good. I'm going to use this bag tonight. They're good. The dill, as I said, is present. It's not there. You're not going to be able to be like, wonder what this is. It'll be obvious, but it's not like insane. On the back of this, okay, you have their social media right there, and underneath, in sort of a glossy laser, man, it's not even laser print, it's sort of just regular print, but it's in like silver, so it's hard to see. Usually somewhere around that white box, but not always, there's an expiration date, and it's literally EXP and then the date. So let's see if I can get it. Expiration is May 19th, 2023. So it reads EXP 051923. It's pretty straightforward. It's just goofy how they put it in like a reflective silver. And then underneath that you have it being distributed by Chinook Seedery, and they are out of Austin, Texas. And no, I am not going to goof with the zooming thing again. So, they're good. They're dill, but it's not out of control. It's not crazy, you know. It's subdued, and the thing you got to remember about the Chinook brand, and I don't think it's a detractor to them. It's not like the only 4 ounces and the slightly elevated price. I don't write this off as a detractor. If you're coming off something like David, and you go to a brand that has less sodium, even though you're doing the same flavor profile, whatever it may be, barbecue to barbecue or dill to dill, it's going to seem less flavorful. It's because the David salt is making it pop. And that's even the case with going from a David product to a Biggs product. And they're both from the same company. They're both from Conagra. So, you know, if you give it a chance after a little bit, depends on the person as to how long that little bit is, the flavor will start coming through more and you'll be able to fully appreciate it. So I guess what I'm saying in the end is, if you try it, give it a chance. Don't, you know, not one cheek and like, ah, this has no flavor. It has flavor. It's just your mouth and senses have been programmed to see flavor at the David level, which is a different, it's a whole different thing. Anyway, this is my review of Chinook Seedery Dill Pickle. Gluten-free. You know what? If I made sunflower seeds, I would just have like that. I wouldn't even have a flavor. I just have, the flavor would be gluten-free. What flavor is that? Gluten-free? Gluten-free. Why? Because I'm saving the planet and everyone that lives on it. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do hope you are all well. Do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.